Reckon we can get us a few? Reckon we can. Reckon we can. Oh yeah. Nice big one. Yes. Well, it's fall in Minnesota and the campground's getting pretty empty. It's really sad, actually. What a good night to do a little reminiscing. So why don't you join me on this video? We're gonna go ahead and drive down to the pontoon boat. We're gonna load up. Might be one of the last times we get on there this year, but it's certainly the last time we're gonna be on Lake Pokegama in Pine City, Minnesota, which is where I have my camper and I have my pontoon slipped all during the year. So it's kind of the end of a season for me. So join me on this episode of FishBrain Shane. We're gonna kind of reminisce through the summer. We're gonna hopefully catch some fish. I don't know how they're gonna bite. I haven't ever been up here this time of year, but should be able to find a couple. And we're just gonna have a lot of fun. So special reminiscing episode coming up on FishBrain Shane. Stick around, we're gonna get the music going here. Go, there it is. Let's go fishing, let's go fishing, let's go fishing now. So this is very likely one of the last times I'm gonna go through the canal here, and I park back there. So kind of the end of the season. When we get out to the end of the canal here where I'm driving, actually there's a nice little spot right there that last spring we just smacked 12 and 13-inch crappies with regularity. It was unbelievable. I cannot wait to bring you all of that next spring. As you know, I started in June, so I kind of missed that early spring crappie fishing. But here's a couple of pictures from the early spring so you can kind of check out what I'm talking about. Yeah, this little area right here, I'd park in between these docks right here, and that's where I'd get those fish. And I know it says 1.7 right now, but what you're gonna see is as we get over near there, it's gonna drop off really, really quickly. And of course, during the spring, it doesn't have near the problems with the weeds. You know, the weeds that all died off over the winter. There you go. That's where those fish were, just sitting right in there. What a wonderful time that was. And you know what? I also remember the boat setup video. Did any of you ever get to check that out? Look at this guy, he's coming back from duck hunting. What an awesome setup. That-a-way. Anything? Nice setup there. But yeah. Did you get my boat setup video? Did you ever see that? Here's the thumbnail from that video, and I'm gonna go through a few of those thumbnails from my channel during this video, and make sure you go check out my videos, look for this thumbnail. It's gonna be a great video for you to watch. It's got, at this point, it's got almost 3,000 views, so check that thumbnail out. This is the spot right here where I started drifting from right there, where I caught my biggest fish of the year on this lake. That huge, almost 13-pound catfish on panfish rig, light tackle. I was drifting from right here and kind of going that way, and out there's where I hooked him. What a fight. Look there. Geez, that looked like some fish right there. Maybe a guy should throw a thing or two over there, huh? What a fight that was. Check out some pictures of that fish. I'm gonna throw in the thumbnail, and you know what? If you get the opportunity, again, check it out. One more trip across the lake. Let's do it. Let's go to the south end. Ready? Here we go. Engage. Looks like I'm marking some fish down on the bottom. So I think I'm gonna start off with the drop shot technique. And of course, that's been one of the more popular videos on my channel, is the panfish drop shot technique, and the ones that I've done with the drop shot. So here's kind of a tour of those thumbnails, those videos that feature the drop shot, so you can kind of check those out. And remember, just go to my videos, look for these particular thumbnails, click on it, and see what you think. Yeah, so I've got, I'm gonna have to use my old faithful chartreuse, gulp chartreuse minnow. That's what I use on a lot of my videos because I love this bait. And when you find something that works, you stick with it, right? So I'm gonna start with that this evening, and I do have some regular minnows with me in case they're looking for some meat, as it be. Let's see how we do. Not a lot of people fishing up here today. There was a bite. Yeah, this drop shot's been a little bit tough for me to learn. One of the things I like about it. Look what it did to my, you know, that might have been a bluegill. It always seems like a bluegill when it does that to me. And you know something? There's a few of my videos that feature bluegills, like big bluegills, but one of my favorites was at this very spot when I caught bluegills in the moonlight, and I called it Bluegills and the Beast. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure you check it out. Here's the thumbnail for it, and make sure you look for it in my videos. Let's make another cast in that direction. What a great summer it has been on this lake, I gotta tell you. Not only has it been just a prolific summer as far as fishing is concerned, I just missed a fish, but it's also been just an amazing summer, frankly, because all of you have began to join me in my adventures. And I truly mean that. Like, this has given my outdoor adventures even more purpose. And those of you that follow me on Facebook probably know this already, but one of the big things for me is that I have 6 sons, okay? 3 of my sons really enjoy outdoors and spend a lot of time with me, actually 4. A couple of the other ones I try to get involved, but it's a big family event for us. And I am not gonna live forever. Sorry, you guys. FishBrain Shane, gonna be gone someday. And when I'm gone, I'd really like for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and generations to come to be able to enjoy fishing with the old FishBrain, you know? I mean, I want them to know where they came from and what their heritage is. And I'm excited to share that with future generations. I'm excited right now. I'm getting goosebumps at the prospect of sharing that with those future generations. So awesome. I mean, that's a big thing for me. I had some really good days out here chasing some largemouth bass. Next summer, I'm pledging to do a lot more of that. It was a lot of fun. And I truly believe there are some giants out here. I lost one that was a pig under one of these docks right here, actually. And I'm going to use some other techniques. I'm going to try some other things, and I'm really going to go after some largemouth next year. So it's a promise. You're going to see a few more bass videos. And in the meantime, here's some bass videos, including the one from the lake here. Make sure you check them out on my video list. You know, I've used this rocket bobber, and I've used the 1/32 of an ounce jig and the chartreuse minnow to perfection this summer. And I really have, and can't complain at all about it. And one of the best videos I did, I think, in my opinion, was the sub and sleigh video with James the first time he came out and fished with me in his own boat. Of course, we met in the canal, and he subbed right on the spot, subbed the channel. And I actually explained on that video how I use my gulp minnows and what I do to use them. And it's actually been one of the videos that's gotten some of the most views. So go ahead and check that one out. I'll show you the thumbnail from that, and you can go and search that out on my videos. Got a fish there. Woo! On the jig, reeling it up. And they were really reacting to that this spring, like I was talking about in the canal. This feels like a sunfish, maybe a bluegill. I mean, sunfish, bluegill, that's what I call them all. Oh yeah, nice big one. Yes, what a nice fish. Woo! Let's get him up here. Look at that big chunky guy. Holy cow. Whoo! That's one of my bigger ones of the year on the last time out. Look at that thing. Thank you so much, Lake, for blessing me with this big, beautiful sunfish. My goodness, you guys. That is a pretty fish. And let me tell you something. It reminds me of the alien fish. Do you remember that one? Just a short video, one of my shortest ones. Huge sunfish like this had this big lamprey hanging off of it. I'm gonna put that thumbnail up right now, and after I get done explaining this and after you get done watching this video, go check that one out. It's worth a quick watch. This is a great fish. I'm gonna put him in the tank. Yeah, I'm getting really, really excited for deer season. You know, the end of seasons doesn't mean that I'm upset in any way. You know, the end of fishing on Lake Pokegama for the year, I'm just looking forward to coming back next year in the spring and really figuring this lake out again. You know, this lake has a river that runs at the end of it and goes to another lake. I didn't even fish the river or the other lake at all this year, and next year I'd like to get down in there and do that. So but for now, what I'm thinking is deer hunting. Why don't you take a look at a couple of the pictures from some of mine and the boys' deer over the years. I'll go ahead and show you some pictures right now, and then make sure that you check out the video that I have sighting in my muzzle loader and the little tour of the blind that I just built that hopefully this year I'm gonna kill a deer from and maybe even bring it to you. We will see. And go back over there, try to get him again. Let's see if we get some redemption. You know, that was something that just came to me during my first video shoot back in early June. When I didn't get the fish the first time, I just started talking about the redemption bite. And I had never really talked about that before. And it just came to me, and that's kind of been one of the themes of a lot of my videos. So check it out right now. You should go back and look at my first couple of videos. I'm gonna flash the thumbnails right now. The editing has totally changed. I now have music that I've added. It's just a lot different. So it is cool to kind of look back on that though, and to know that people were saying, hey, you're doing a good job, and they were still encouraging me at that point. And I don't know, maybe you like that better than what I do with the music, but I think there's a lot more production value into or that goes into it right now. And to think back on how long those editing sessions took me, the editing takes me a ton of time right now. It's one of the, you know, I'm sure it's one of the reasons why people don't continue YouTube is because of the editing. I happen to enjoy it. Sometimes it gets a little bit tedious, but I do overall happen to enjoy it. And I think if you're gonna be a good YouTuber, you either have to enjoy the editing, or you have to find somebody that does enjoy the editing that will help you with the editing. Because if you don't, ooh, there's a fish right there. If you don't enjoy the editing, or you don't stick with the editing, you're never gonna stick with the channel, you know. And that's, I swear that's gotta be part of the reason why people give up. Because it's a lot. I mean, I'm not complaining. You guys are awesome, okay? Love the heck out of every single one of you, and I will be here for every single one of you from now on. But it is a ton of work to put all this together. I've literally got hundreds of hours into this channel so far. What a pretty little fish. It's not that little, nice little sunny. But I've got hundreds of hours into the channel so far, and it is a labor of love. Things like those boys from Teresa, New York, Ashton and Chase, loving it so much and becoming such huge fans, and encouraging me. I don't need to get paid. I hope to someday get paid from this, but I don't need to get paid. I need people like that enjoying what I do. That's gonna help. That helps move me forward, that's for sure. Let's get this guy back in. You know what? Go on back in, buddy. Nice thick fish. You'll be big enough next year, probably. See you later. You know, there's a person besides FishBrain Shane that has been instrumental. One of the main people, and there's been quite a few. Anybody out there, don't feel slighted. Mikey B is amazing. Brent, Jack, Alex, Jason, Ocean. I mean, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. James, Tony, Joe, all of you folks have been great up here on this lake this summer. But there's one person that's been absolutely instrumental in this channel getting off the ground, and that is my lovely wife, Nicole. Nicole, I just want to thank you so much. Everybody out there, you need to know that when I was talking about all that work, when I was talking about all that time that I put in, that is time that I take directly out of my family's time. And I believe it's a good investment of my time, regardless of where this channel goes. But my wife is definitely one of the people that picks up, I don't want to say the slack, but any slack that would be left over. She listens to a million different versions of the videos as I'm editing them every night. She's there for me to bounce ideas off of. She's helping me out on my Facebook page. Nicole, you are amazing, and I just want to thank you. And this is one of the videos, actually let's just put up the 2 thumbnails where I feature fishing with my wife, and you've probably seen her in my other videos, but the 2 thumbnails I'll put up feature fishing with my wife. One of them is a versus video where she is one heck of a good sport about it, and you can really see how awesome she is. Not that you can't in the other one, but she's just such a good sport in that video. And then the other one is one of my most recent videos out here where she just puts a thunder punch down on some big panfish. So enjoy those. Well, everybody, it's been a great year on the lake. Thanks for spending the time with me on this episode, reminiscing and going through the old photos and the thumbnails. Got a couple of fish for you too, and at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and show you that sunny, because you know what? I'm not gonna keep that. I got 1 fish in the tank. It's not about keeping 1 fish. So let's get him out of there and let's put him back. He's a big one. Let's let him grow for next year. Hopefully he'll be a 10-inch sunny next year. Right, buddy? Let's hope you're a 10-inch sunny next year. Wow. Okay, so let's see if I can get him lipped. What do you think? Oh yeah. Whew. That's a nice one right there. My hand is so cold. I can barely lift that thing. FishBrain Shane on the lake for the last time during the season. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for spending all this time with me. Thanks for reminiscing. We're gonna get this guy back in the water. FishBrain Shane out. Let's get him back. Woo! See you later.